Hi, I hope you're all staying safe. I'm Barbara Govatos, one of the violinists of the Philadelphia Orchestra. We are missing you terribly. Wish we could be playing for you. In the meantime, I find myself in the kitchen a lot, trying to come up with recipes with things that I happen to have in the house. Today I actually had to borrow from a neighbor. I sent them a text and said, by any chance, do you have a sprig of rosemary that you could spare? If so, I have some cookies that I will leave outside your door. So within minutes, I had a sprig of rosemary at my front door. So thank you to my neighbors. These are the cookies that I've been craving. These are olive oil rosemary cookies. Let's get started, shall we? First off, we'll need a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Then we'll need 3/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of cornmeal, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I've mixed it together here. 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of fresh rosemary that I've minced, 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil, and 1 large egg. The materials that we're going to need are 2 mixing bowls, small, large, medium, whatever you've got. It's a small recipe. It's only making about 12 to 15 cookies. It won't burst your diet. You'll need a whisk, and you'll need a spatula, rubber preferably. We'll also need some confectioner's sugar, what we call powdered sugar. Since we're going to be working with powdered sugar today, I think I may need a little bit of protection. Thinking about our orchestra volunteer committees. Grateful to them for helping put together a Philadelphia Orchestra cookbook. Many of the musicians have come up with their own recipes, and they were all included, some of the staff members too of the orchestra. And this is the name of it, Kitchen Compositions. So let's start with our dry ingredients. We're going to take the flour and the cornmeal, the baking powder and the salt, and we're just going to whisk those together. No big deal. Now we're going to move to our other bowl. Now we're going to whisk together the EVO, and the granulated sugar, what I love about this recipe is that you don't even need a mixer. All you need is a whisk and a couple of bowls. It's so easy. So now we're going to crack the egg. And we're going to whisk that up into the oil mixture. This could be a good workout for your arms, except that it doesn't last very long. In goes the minced rosemary. Also whisk it in. I'm going to be seeing what this looks like. You can see how professional this show is. So now we're going to mix the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients using the spatula. I actually like to bake early in the morning and late at night. So early in the morning because this way, whatever I bake, especially if it's a lot, if it's something big, I can take it to the orchestra and share the calories. That's one thing that musicians love, is to eat. Other than make music, probably eating is right up there. Might even be first, I don't know. So this is what the dough looks like when you have it all mixed. See the beautiful little minced pieces of rosemary in there. It's so fragrant. I think that's what I love the most about these cookies. If you have children, young children at home, and you're looking for something for them to do without tearing the house down, This could probably be a very nice activity. I think baking is always great with little kids. So use maybe this small ice cream scooper, yeah, and it helps them get started. You can just put it right into their hands and they can roll into little balls. So we've got our 12 cookies ready to go into the oven. This recipe actually made about 2 or 3 extra cookies, but I'll break those off later on. Let's put these in the oven now. The cookies are still a little bit warm, and that's exactly the way you want them. What you're going to do now is put them right into the powdered sugar and let them coat the outside generously. You might want to let the kids do this too if you don't mind having white powder all over your house. No, it would be fun. And they can lick their fingers when they're at home. Oh my, I think I'm gonna have to try this one myself. Let's see how much powder I can get onto it. That looks really good. So, let me try. Wow, this was perfect. It's really, really soft on the inside. The aroma of the rosemary is just beautiful. It's not too sweet, but it's perfectly sweet. And it's a little bit crunchy from the outside. I hope you'll try making these at home because they're really easy and they're delicious.